For every event or some event, I mean, you're talking, will we have fan access?
Yeah,
like in Kentucky, they have a fan walk, and it's real easy to do to have them watch the qualifying from pit road. But actual access to the hot pits with monster trucks,
where the tractor trailers are parked at.
It just depends. I think once we get into this, the long-range plan is this. We're having one-day events. Eventually, our one-day events, and the reason we're starting right now requiring people to be in on Thursday night at midnight, eventually on Friday there's going to be practice and a happy hour session, for no better term. And there may be ways, depending on spectator safety and that type of thing, where that gets opened up more to fans, and it becomes something that where fans can get closer to the transporters and the equipment. But that also entitles, or it makes commitment from teams too. We have to get every team up to the specs that we feel we need to represent our brand. We're in these NASCAR speedways. These things are cathedrals for motorsports. Everything we do, they look at. We have to be cleaner and better and more professional than we've ever been, because we've put ourselves on the biggest playing field on the planet. And yes, we want to be able to bring those fans into those pits and see those haulers up close, see the trucks up close, because all that's going to do is make our fans stronger with our product.
Next question.
How many are teams limited to how many entries they can have?
2 trucks per team. One other thing I want to talk about too, since I didn't have my purse in front of me, but the points will go with the driver. But a driver just can't bail out on a team in the middle of the season. Okay? So the points go with the driver. And then at the end of the year, if a driver chooses to move on to a new team, start his own team, that gives that driver that opportunity to do so. But what we're trying to address here would be a driver who's running for a team, has a lot of points, a big checkbook comes open, hey, jump in my truck. We do not want that points lead to go to another team in the middle of a season. Okay? But the whole time we've started this MLMT, it's been about focusing on drivers. Our product is completely different than anyone else's. We do not run multiple events in a weekend. If we ran multiple events in a weekend, it wouldn't be important if there were 4 War Wizard trucks and we had Randy Moore and 4 drivers. I'm picking on them because I can see them. Because we don't care about personalities, because we run multiple events in a weekend. We run one superior happening event a weekend. To have a strong fan base that develops and grows this sport, they need to learn who the drivers are, they need to learn their personalities, and that's why we're putting so much effort into having someone on our staff develop our drivers. That way, if sponsorship changes, the fans always follow that driver. If a truck changes names, if it changes sponsorship, you've got that fan base of drivers. And if you have any questions why it works, how many people would quit being Tony Stewart fans if he wasn't driving the Home Depot car, if he drove some other car? They're still Tony Stewart fans. We have to develop that, and our brand gives us that opportunity. Yes, sir.
You got it for like coming in at Thursday night late. Some teams are different than others. You know, some of us have regular jobs and that type of stuff. And if you tell me the event's starting at 8 in the morning on Friday and you want us there for media, we've never let anybody down. We've always been there at 8 in the morning. For us driving at night, it's better for us. And I understand what you're trying to do, and I've been on board since the beginning because I think it's an awesome way to go. This is all going to work out great. But like for this first year coming in, it's going to be really tight. I mean, especially you got shows that are back to back. We thrash it out there for you one weekend. This weekend we couldn't have made it Thursday night to the shows. We were still putting stuff back together. You know, to me that's going to be a possible hardship, and I don't know how tight you guys are going to be with that. If it's going to be totally strict or what. You know, for the first year of your real schedule, how crazy that's going to be.
Well, I'll tell you how crazy it's going to be. We understand that there are acts of God, breakdowns, things of that nature. But midnight Thursday night is midnight Thursday night. If we're standing here giving you a schedule now, and we're trying to offer you this much money, the support of television, the support of marketing, Thursday night at midnight is Thursday night at midnight.
Your contingency program, it says in here that the decals are going to have to be at specific places and all of that. I'm not sure how that, I mean, I think we need to look at, since we don't know who any of those companies are, I mean, we need to look and see if there's, some of us sell specific spaces on trucks, and companies pay for that. We have certain spaces, and we certainly would like to participate. Do you participate in that program on a product-by-product basis, or you're either in or you're out?
No, it's a product-by-product basis, and Rich will develop a program of placement on your trucks where your decals will go, considering that we're in the midst of signing all those contingency sponsors right now, but we will have a location designated for those based on what you have available on your trucks, and Rich will work through that, and that'll be one of the things that will be coming out later this year.
So if you had a specific kind of, I don't know, connecting rod or something, and somebody else already had a different competing one, maybe they don't want to choose to participate in that, but maybe you have a certain motor oil in it.
Correct. You wouldn't want to participate in it because you couldn't collect the money for it anyway because you're not running that rod.
Right.
So when a contingency program comes out and there's 50 contingency opportunities, each team will be given the opportunity to pick the ones they want to run. That way it doesn't conflict with anything you already have. That way it's an easy process. Yes, sir.
On qualifying, on the two truck teams, I mean, that driver's not, I mean, you couldn't pick one driver to qualify both trucks just to get them both in the field. I mean, you're not going to allow any of that kind of stuff.
No, we will not.
The driver's married to the truck.
And then what about some 3D stuff on some trucks?
Go ahead and stand up.
Oh, I did? No. Come on now. Oh, yeah, doggy. I don't have any further questions here.
Look, this is about personalities. Because we're not, no offense to anybody that's in this room, we are not what has gone on in the past in our own business or anything else in this industry. We want clean looking, safe equipment, drivers who have a great personality for these fans. This is what we want. We're not going to say you can't have 3D trucks. We will say that if you have a 3D truck that's questionable content, you probably won't get to run it. But other than that, we're welcome to run what you have.
You're welcome to run what you have. We're going to discourage new ones.
Yes, sir.
In your multi-truck teams, say you have two drivers for one truck, and the points would go with the driver, but say someone's out or someone's filling in for that person, and the points can go with that driver. Is that how that would work then? I mean, if you have the...
Let's say that for Chris's truck, for instance, say he ran the first 4 events and he was whatever in points, and he got hurt or couldn't work anymore. Whoever your new driver in wouldn't get his points, right, but would start again and still have that opportunity.
And then when Chris come back in, he just picks up with his old points.
With his old points,
right,
he would not get to...
No, he wouldn't get the other guy's points.
That's
cool.
correct.
I just want to make sure that we can continue running and get paid for that day.
Just as long as you get here by 11 o'clock.
I may not be here at 11 o'clock, but if the trailer's here, we're good with that, right? Is that
exactly.
Okay.
There you go.
I may drop my trailer off the week before and then bring the trucks in later.
Now, see, now think about it. If I would have said some answer that wasn't straight up about 11 o'clock, you wouldn't have come up with all those ideas, would you?
No, and I respect that that's what you're going to do, and I can relate to keeping the rules straight like that, but I just wanted to see where we were, what page we were on. So
Thanks.
I'll figure out some way to make it happen.
I know you will. Dan, I saw you raise your... Oh, Randy.
As far as the lighting system, I know that's new to monster trucks, and with the events I've been at, I know you guys have got an uphill battle trying to figure out each track, and as far as how that's going to work, how's that system going to work out as far as false starts, lost times, and mud flying across the beams? And
by next year, we'll have the timing system we really need with a backup timing system, so that we don't have these problems. Every other racing event in the country has timing systems that work, from snowmobiles to NASCAR to drag racing, and it works. So that's one of the nice things about having these 6 events this year and not having money on the line. We've been able to see some of the problems that we've already addressed, and we'll be able to work on that through the winter months.